Welcome back. For today's video, I am going to show you guys how to remove dye stains when washing your white clothes. This typically happens when you have like a red sock and you throw it in with your white clothes and then your whole clothes turns fucking pink and it fucks up everything, because this has happened to me with this shirt. So I was washing this Huff shirt back in October and then this happened. It just messed up my white two shirts that I was planning to wear for the holiday weekend, and they're just ruined. They've been ruined since then, and this just happens with the dye being transferred over into the white clothes, and I haven't done the project yet, so I'm gonna show you guys a cool way to remove this type of mistake that happens when washing your white clothes. We're gonna be using the trusty Rit Dye color remover. You can buy this at Walmart, on Target. You can buy this at like any craft store, but definitely get your hands on this. It will save your life and it does many tricks. So I'm gonna show you guys one of the tricks it does with saving your white clothes. Let's get into the video. Alrighty, the first thing we need to do is fill this pot with, oh my god, there's an ant in here. First thing we need to do is fill this pot with hot water. So a good way to find out how much water you need, grab your two shirts that you will be re-dyeing. Press them down, and then you want to grab some tape, place it in here above the level where the water will be covering the clothes, and that's kind of how much water you need, so you're not wasting a lot of water. And you have it on this side. You actually may need a little bit more because the clothes will soak up some of the water, so move it up an inch or so, and that should be enough. If anything, you can always just pour some hot water from the sink if you're low on some water. But yes, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna grab the hot water from the sink, pour it in here without the clothes inside. So let's do that right now. That should be good. Now you want to put this on your stove top, and you want to kind of not boil it, but kind of get it to the point it's going to boil. So let's take this to the kitchen and put some medium heat to it and start heating up the water. While the hot water is boiling, you want to grab some gloves. You also want to grab a bucket to grab some tongs to be moving the shirts while you are stirring this up. And then you also want to have a bucket with you on the side. I'm going to use this white bucket to pour the boiling water in here. And then I'm going to be putting the shirts inside and start stirring everything up. I do highly recommend you keep an eye on it, which you should be, because as you start using the color remover, if you have something that has a black logo or any type of color, it will also start affecting the print of your shirt. So this might start turning brown, this might start turning some different color, so please be aware. As soon as you start noticing a slight change of color in the print of your shirt, you want to take it out immediately. But if that doesn't happen and the shirt starts to whiten up, you can just take it out as soon as you can, just to prevent any further damage happening to your clothes. Rit Dye isn't a bleach agent, so it's not going to eat up your shirt, which is one thing that bleach really does. It starts eating up and starts making holes in your shirt. Please be aware that do not use bleach ever to whiten your clothes. You can, but just use a very tiny bit of it. When stirring everything and adding the powder inside and you're stirring, you want to make sure you are in a well ventilated area. You do not want to be inhaling this at all. It does have chemicals, so make sure you're wearing a mask while you do this, and you also don't want to be having the particles of this going into your eyes because it is dangerous. Please be aware of that. Take safety measures, and let's start saving this clothes. Now we're gonna add the color remover in. You want to stir this till it starts dissolving. Be careful because it is hot. Now you want to dump the shirts inside slowly, just so it soaks up everything. You want to be stirring this consistently. As you can see, it's yellow right now, and it's actually starting to get white in some of the areas. And do this for about 20 minutes or so. Just make sure you are unfolding the clothes because it does get bunched up, so unbunch it. Now you want to put on your gloves. You want to take this to your sink. For this part, you want to rinse everything with warm water. As I was rinsing it out, I noticed it wasn't that white, so I wet the clothes again with really hot water and threw it back in the bucket, and now I'm stirring it for another 10 minutes or so. I just don't want to do this again, so since the water is still really hot and the solution, I guess, is still able to work and nothing's turning brown, nothing's changing colors on the print, so I'm gonna throw it in here for a couple more minutes. Now we're gonna rinse it again one more time with warm water. After you rinse it with warm water, you're going to reducing the warm water and start switching to cold water. Start rinsing that out. Now you want to wash this with warm water, and we're gonna put some detergent in there. So just put something slightly. Now we're gonna hand wash it, or you can put it in the washer. Rinse everything out, and we're going to air dry this. If you put it in the dryer, you're basically going to heat set it, and you don't want that if you're not happy with it. Right now I put it inside the washer and I have it on a spin cycle just to drain all the water out, and it just dries up faster. While we're doing this, we're just gonna clean everything up. Everything is kind of like a mess, so let's just clean while that spins and we'll get to the next step. Alrighty, all that's done. So now let's put it on some hangers and dry this out and put it out in the sun. If you enjoyed this video, definitely hit the like button, and if you want to see more content of DIYs and do-it-yourself projects, same thing, subscribe to this channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.